I bought the new SIM card because my old number had been passed around too much. I had it for years, and over time it ended up on websites, delivery apps, and who knows where else. I was tired of spam calls and wrong numbers, so I decided to start over. New number, same phone. The SIM card was cheap and came in a plain cardboard sleeve. The guy at the shop activated it, handed it back to me, and that was it. Nothing unusual. For the rest of the day, my phone stayed quiet. The first call came the next evening while I was making dinner. Unknown number. I let it ring. I always do with unfamiliar numbers. A voicemail appeared a few seconds later. I listened to it out of habit. A woman spoke, her voice calm but impatient. "David, you said you would call today. Do not forget what we discussed." That was it. I shrugged it off. Wrong number. Probably someone who had not updated their contacts. It happens. I deleted the voicemail and went on with my night. The next morning, there was a text message. "David, are you there?" I replied, "Sorry, wrong number." There was no response. For 2 days, nothing happened. I assumed that was the end of it. Then the calls started again. This time, it was a man. He called in the afternoon while I was at work. I ignored it. Another voicemail appeared. His voice was firm, slightly annoyed. "This is not funny. You told us this number would always work." I felt a small twinge of irritation. I texted back, "You have the wrong number. Please stop calling." Several minutes passed. Then another message came through. "That is not what you said last week." I stared at the screen longer than I should have. I did not reply. That night, I received 3 missed calls in a row, all from different numbers. No voicemails. I muted my phone and went to sleep. Over the next week, the calls continued, but not constantly. One every day or two. Always different numbers. Sometimes a voicemail, sometimes not. The messages stayed short and vague. "You are being difficult. You said you understood. Do not pretend this is a mistake." What bothered me was the tone. No one sounded panicked or confused. They sounded confident, like they were talking to someone they already knew well. I stopped replying entirely. One evening, I decided to listen to all the voicemails again, back to back. There were 6 of them. Different voices, 2 women, 4 men, all saying things that felt like fragments of a larger conversation. "You know why this matters. She's asking questions again. You're making this worse." None of them mentioned anything specific. No names besides David, no places, no clear threats, just expectations. A few days later, something changed. I received a text message that included a photo. It was dark and blurry, taken at night. It showed a car parked on a quiet street, a silver sedan. It took me a moment to realize why my stomach felt uneasy. The car looked exactly like mine. I zoomed in. The license plate was unreadable. The street sign in the background was too dark to make out. I told myself it was coincidence. Silver sedans are common. Still, I replied for the first time in days. "Who is this?" The reply came almost immediately. "You really don't remember anything, do you?" I blocked the number. The next morning, I woke up to missed calls again. More than usual. 8 in total. 1 voicemail. This one was longer. The man speaking sounded calmer than the others. Measured. "Listen carefully," he said. If you're confused, that's fine, but ignoring this is not an option. You asked us to use this number. We're doing exactly what you requested. I sat on the edge of my bed after listening to that. I tried to think logically. The number belonged to someone else before me. That was obvious. What I couldn't understand was why multiple people seemed involved and why they all believed the same thing. Eventually, I called my mobile provider. I asked them if they could tell me anything about the previous owner of the number. They said they couldn't share personal details. I asked how long the number had been inactive before I got it. The representative paused. "About 3 weeks," she said. That didn't make me feel better. Later that night, a message came through that finally felt different. It was longer. "We know something is wrong. You don't speak the same way. You don't answer like before. If someone else has this number, you need to say it clearly, because this situation is not safe." I read that message several times. For the first time, it sounded like someone might be genuinely concerned. I replied, "This number was reassigned. I'm not the person you think I am." There was no response that night. The next day, I received a single call. I answered without thinking. A woman spoke. Her voice sounded tired. "I'm sorry. I needed to hear your voice to be sure." I asked who he was. She didn't answer. Instead, she said something that still sits with me. "He promised this would stay quiet." The call ended. After that, the messages slowed down. One every few days, then one every week. Eventually, they stopped. I thought it was finally over. 3 months later, I received a notification while I was at work. It was an automated voicemail alert. The voicemail had been left at 3:11 a.m. I listened to it in my car. The man from earlier spoke again. Same calm voice. "Listen carefully," he said. "If you're confused, that's fine, but ignoring this is not an option. You asked us to use this number. We're doing exactly what you requested. We know you're not him, but you should understand something. He doesn't answer his old number anymore, and that tells us everything we need to know." The line went silent. No hang-up sound. Just quiet. I changed my number that same day. I didn't transfer contacts. I didn't back anything up. I started fresh again. Sometimes, late at night, I still wonder what kind of person David was, and why so many people were still looking for him.